When you work on a project in Illustrator that has multiple pages, whether it's a brochure, a document that contains multiple versions of a poster, or something else, you'll need to add artboards. In this practice file, which you can open if you want to follow along, you'll learn how to enter artboard editing mode, create a new artboard with the artboard tool, then set a few options for artboards, like changing their names. With this practice file open so you can see everything, choose View, Fit All in Window. Then, so you can see more of the gray area to the right of the artboards because you're going to draw an artboard out there, you'll zoom out. Choose View, Zoom Out a few times. The artwork you see on the left is in the gray canvas area. Canvas area is outside the area that's printed and exported, so it's a great place to put content you may need later. You'll create a new artboard for that content so that it can be printed or saved as a PDF, for instance. To make sure that nothing is selected, choose Select, Deselect. Now to create artboards, first click Edit Artboards in the Properties panel to the right of the document. This initiates artboard editing mode and selects the artboard tool in the Tools panel on the left. The artboard tool is used to both create and edit artboards. Another way to enter this artboard editing mode is to simply select the artboard tool. Now to create a new artboard, click and drag to the far right of the artboards. Notice the gray measurement label showing the width and height as you draw. When it's about this size, release the mouse button. Once it's created, it's selected. You can tell because it's got this dotted line and handles surrounding it. Now to resize the artboard, you can drag any corner or an edge of the artboard. You can also create artboards of a specific size, maybe to design a printed poster or an app for a specific device size. With this artboard still selected, make sure it's far enough away from the artboards to the left of it. If you need to, drag it over so it looks like this. In the Properties panel to the right of the document, you can enter custom width and height values here for the artboard. But you can also choose preset sizes. Click the Preset menu to reveal preset artboard sizes you can choose from. Choose Letter to transform the artboard you drew into a letter-sized artboard. You can also change the orientation of the artboard to Portrait or Landscape. Make sure that Portrait is selected. Now to better keep track of your different artboards when you have a lot of them, you can name them something that makes sense to you. Select the name in the Properties panel and type Flyer. Then press Return or Enter to accept the name. Now to move the artboard next to the orange postcard, drag in the center of the artboard. You can move the artboards where they make sense to you. Now you'll move this content on the left onto the new artboard so that it can be printed. To stop editing artboards, click Exit at the top of the Properties panel. Another way to exit artboard editing mode is to select another tool in the Tools panel. Now by default, after exiting artboard editing mode, the selection tool should be selected in the Tools panel. Drag this green rectangle into the upper left corner of the new artboard. To resize it so it stretches across the artboard, drag the lower right corner of the rectangle to make it bigger, snapping the corner into the lower right corner of the artboard. Then drag this logo content over here, roughly into the center of the artboard as well. In Illustrator, adding artboards of different sizes, orientations, and more to your documents makes it simpler and faster to create and edit all kinds of multi-page projects, from a brochure to a document with several versions of signage, an app, or a poster even.